If you're an athlete, a coach, or even a parent of an athlete, you know the drill. The advice is always train harder, push longer, never ever quit. But what if I told you the real secret to getting stronger and faster isn't found in one more rep, but in strategic, calculated rest? Okay, let's dive into this.
We've all been surrounded by that no days off culture, right? It's all about the grind. But according to sports performance specialist coach Nicholas Serenati, that entire approach might actually be the very thing holding you back. So we really have to ask the question, is more training truly the path to getting better?
And boom, here's the answer, straight from Coach Serenati. He's basically saying that all the hard work you put in at the gym or on the field, it only pays off when your body gets a chance to adapt and rebuild. Think about it. Practice breaks you down. Rest is what actually builds you back up, stronger. That's the core idea we're going to unpack.
So to really get why rest is so critical, we first need to talk about the true cost of just grinding all the time. Because yeah, putting stress on your body is how you improve, but that stress definitely comes with a price tag.
This right here, it reframes everything. Coach Serenati's work shows us that every single training session is a form of stress. And that stress is the signal that tells your body, hey, get stronger. But if you never give it the quiet time to actually respond to that signal, you're not building anything. You're just piling on the damage.
And that damage, oh, it's real. We're talking about tiny tears in your muscles that never get a chance to heal, a nervous system that's so fried it can't fire properly, and your hormones getting all out of whack, which totally sabotages your progress. It even tanks your immune system. And where does all this lead? To the two things no athlete ever wants to hear: burnout and injury.
Coach Serenati has this incredible line for it. He calls neglecting rest performance theft. You think you're getting a leg up by skipping that rest day, but what you're actually doing is stealing from your own future potential. It's a debt that your body will eventually force you to pay.
Okay, so if the grind is actually stealing from you, what's the alternative? Well, it all comes down to this core principle of sports science that Coach Serenati builds his entire philosophy around. Let's see what it is.
All right, the key word here is supercompensation. Now, this isn't just about getting back to where you were before a tough workout. No. This is about your body adapting to that stress by rebuilding itself to be even stronger than it was before. So here's the takeaway. Improvement isn't a straight line up. It's a cycle of stress, rest, and adaptation.
And this shows you exactly how it works. Step 1, you apply stress through training. Then, and this is the part almost everyone messes up, you hit step 2, you actually have to rest and recover. It's only after that step that you get to step 3, where your body adapts, improves, and sets a brand new higher baseline for your next workout. You just can't skip step 2.
So to make this super practical, Coach Serenati's work breaks recovery into 10 key factors. Now, to make that easier to remember, we've organized them into what we're calling the 3 pillars of recovery. This way you have a complete system.
Think of it like this. The engine room is all your internal repair machinery. The fuel system is about giving your body the raw materials it needs, kind of like gas and oil. And the master plan? That's you, the smart driver, making strategic decisions. Let's break them down. First up, the engine room. And the undisputed king of the engine room is sleep. This is when your body is flooded with growth hormone, when it's repairing muscle, and when your brain gets to reset. It's why the absolute top-tier athletes, they're not just getting 7 or 8 hours. Nope, they're often aiming for 9 or even more.
And still in that engine room, we have to talk about hormones. When you're constantly under-recovered, your body just pumps out the stress hormone, cortisol. And what cortisol does is it basically slams the brakes on all the good hormones you need for growth and repair. So it doesn't just make you feel tired, it literally chemically blocks your progress.
Next up, the fuel system. Pretty simple, but so important. Hydration is key for everything from thinking clearly to making your muscles contract properly. And nutrition, well, that's about refilling your energy stores, your glycogen, and giving your muscles the protein they need to rebuild. And timing really matters here. You want to get that fuel in ideally within a couple of hours after you train.
All right, now for the master plan. This is where things get really strategic. You'd think the best thing to do after a hard workout is absolutely nothing, right? Just sit on the couch. Well, not always. Light movement, what we call active recovery, is often way better. It gets the blood flowing, helps clear out all the metabolic junk, and just helps the nervous system calm down, while sitting still can actually make you stiffer.
And look at this. This is what a pro's week actually looks like in the real world. For a top performer, rest isn't just an afterthought or what's left over.
It's a huge, scheduled, purposeful chunk of the pie. It's not empty time. It's a strategic weapon they use to make sure they're ready to go hard again.
Okay, so we've got the what and the why down. Now for the most important part, the how. How do you actually turn all these principles into a system you can't break?
And this quote from Coach Serenati just nails it. The goal isn't just to be the hardest worker in the room. It's to be the smartest. And building a recovery system, that's probably the single smartest thing you can do for your performance.
And these are what those smart systems look like. See the key word here? Scheduled, planned, consistent. A sleep window that's actually on your calendar. A hydration routine, a nutrition plan. Like Coach says, if it's not on the schedule, it probably isn't going to happen.
You know, at the end of the day, it really just boils down to this. Anybody can grind it out for a day or a week. You can win a workout. But long-term success, a full, healthy career at a high level, that isn't won by out-training people. It's won by out-recovering them. That is the ultimate competitive advantage. Which leaves us with one final question to really think about. When you look at your own schedule, your own habits, are you just training to win today's workout, or are you recovering to build and win a career? Because that shift in perspective, well, that could change absolutely everything.